One of the most amazing hacks of all times that I have come across while using Notion is the ability to create a dashboard. When I heard about it for the first time, it blew my mind. By this time, I had been using Notion for quite some time for various purposes. For example, I use Notion to track my daily habits, do my journaling, track my personal cash flow, track my minutes of meeting, plan my social media content, and I use Notion to do quite a lot of other stuffs. So having a dedicated space where I can have these selected items from other Notion spaces that I use on a single page view seemed like a great idea. And that is when I created my own dashboard, which I will walk you through now. So this becomes possible mainly because of the features like link database, links linking to other pages, and something that has very recently come on Notion, which is called a synced block. Now, what's a linked database? It's an instance of an existing database that you can update the data from here itself. But the best part is all the views that you create on this particular instance will belong only to this instance, and none of the instances belonging to any other page of this table are going to get affected. So I can create a view that is completely personalized to me, taking an example of a scenario where I might be using a database or a table with a collaborator, and I want to see all the records that belong to me, or all the tasks that have been assigned to me, and none of the other instance of that same data same table are going to get affected in terms of their views. Then I can also link pages to any other Notion pages that I access frequently. And many people actually create links heavy dashboard, but mine is dashboard database heavy, as you will see in just a while. And as you can see, I have created some of these pages that I access frequently and combined them together under a toggle button, which I can just keep it collapsed. Next, I use synced blocks, which is a relatively new addition in Notion to have certain information synced across multiple pages. In this case, I'm using it for action items. I will explain this with an example in this video. Apart from these, I use these basic toggle buttons, to create some important sections like master to-do list, ask my mentors. This is a section to jot down questions that I would like to ask some people. And here I like to update my weekly bullet journal goals from bullet journal so that I can check out the list without having to carry my diary on the move all the time. And that is my to-do list for the day. Then to personalize the space, I like to use some nice quotes over here to feel motivated, and I can always update it to something that resonates with my current situation. And lastly, to make the whole thing aesthetically complete, I added some interesting widgets as you can see here, like a weather widget and an analog clock in this area. And on the left hand side, I have a table of contents that shows all the sections that I have under this dashboard, and I will walk you through each of these sections one by one. So, the first section that I like to have here is my habit tracker and journal. As I mentioned earlier, all the tables that you will see here are linked databases and not the original tables. If I hover over these table names, you can see it has an arrow icon on the name itself. So this indicates that if I click on this particular link, I'll be navigating to the original database. And in the dashboard, I have created my own views using filters, so I would be able to update only my running week's habits. If I need to just today to be shown on the view, then I can do that as well. However, I prefer the week's view in this particular table. I also have another view, which is what I use from a dashboard that I access from my phone app. The reason that I do a separate view for phone app is that it is slightly more convenient to use these checkbox rules in the form of gallery view rather than from the table view. And the app also preserves the selected view for the device that it has been accessed. So it's always selected in this view when I open the dashboard on my mobile phone. Then the next database that I have here is a journal, which is the database that I picked from Notion free template database, and then I customized its database template to prompts that I felt would be helpful for me. On this dashboard, I created these views: today view, calendar view, table view, and a week view. So today view is generally the one that remains selected for me to quickly add a page and start writing on this dashboard. So ideally, I should be writing a page on this table every day. If I am following the ideal way, then I should be coming here, add a page here, and because the filter is applied to today's date, then when I create a record in this view, it would apply that filter to this particular record. I'll open that. See, the date is already selected to today's date, and now I click on this daily entry database template that I have customized for myself to display some prompts. It's generating those prompts right now for me, like so. Then I fill these up and I close it. I also try to add some highlight of the day. Then I close this. Later, if I want to check on which days I have journaled, I can always go back to a different view where I can check what are the days that I have journaled. The next one is a section to manage my social media planning. The first table has action items for social media goals and a checkbox. I'll open it. So when I meet the goal for the week, the weekly goal status gets updated and shows me a success message. So it's a template I downloaded from somewhere, but somehow I ended up not using it this particular tables that much. So I might just get rid of it. But the beauty of Notion as well as the Notion dashboard is that you can customize the heck out of it, and the dashboard specifically would be an ever evolving thing for you. And below this table, I have a content calendar table with all the views I typically use for planning and organizing my contents. I have views to arrange contents by buckets, pillars, post types, where I can switch views and move items around to arrange them. And finally, on the uh, target date view, I can plan my publish dates. Typically, I plan 1 week content on this view and work towards the goal. Then the publish view shows all the contents that have been already published, where the links and media files would also have been up. And additionally, there are a couple of more views that are self explanatory, as the name suggests. And under this, content ideas, I wanted to have a place just to capture ideas quickly into the table, but under a separate toggle button. Technically, I could have created this view under the previous table as well, but I wanted a dedicated space so that I can quickly capture ideas without feeling distracted. And that is why I created another linked database of the same table, but just under a different toggle button. And next, I added a quote just to break the monotony from the book Show Your Work by Austin Kleon, which I recently read. Moving on, next one is personal cash flow. In this section, I track my budget, or rather, I try to. Again, I keep the filter selected for today's date here also, ideally to add expenses on that day itself. But if not, I can always switch to another filter and update the expense. Let's say maybe on the week I can select and update the expense. And I have to select the date in that case. The top table is for the expense and the bottom table is for the incomes. Apart from that, in their own space, these both of these tables are actually connected to a third table, which is basically calculating the balance amount. So it'll always be calculating the total expense and the total income, and at the end of the day, what is the balance amount that exists in the table. This section is from the team dashboard that I share with my client. I have explained how I use Notion to collaborate with my client in one of the videos. I will leave the link to those videos in on the screen as well as in the description box below as well. If you would be interested in that, check out the links. So inside this, I pasted a synced block to capture quick to dos over here. So under each person, we can add a quick to do, and I created some more linked databases to other tables in the respective toggle blocks below. Here I have a view that filters the tasks that are assigned just to me. This is a table to manage our feedback loops with the clients, and that's the content calendar under that. Under recurring tasks, I like to have these items added so that I can check the relevancy of these items from time to time. For example, I need to check the link in bio is updated or not, and whether all the email templates are updated to current relevancy or not, and similar things. For example, audit airtable links and automations, whether they are updated in the correct way, is something outdated. There is another one which I have just to clear some of the rows from time to time, and each one has a different time interval. So this is a table that I downloaded from Thomas Frank, and I use it for my personal as well as some of the recurring tasks on my client dashboard. In my dashboard, this table belongs to my tasks. Some of the recurring tasks that I track on this table are what are the succulents, which I do in every 14 days, bullet journal, weekly spread, monthly spread. Then I also added a task which says use the debit card within 180 days for it to be active, because that's not my go-to method for payment, so it can get deactivated, and I just wanted to add a method so that I can be reminded to use that. And I also like to be reminded to add wet waste to my composter every 3-4 days, and to tumble the composter every 10 days. And these red dots are the indicators that I am overdue for some of the tasks, but that's okay. For me, these are the kind of tasks that are not exactly critical, but they need my attention at a regular interval. Next, meeting notes. This is a straightforward table which keeps track of all my MOMs with different people. Imagine discovery calls or calls with colleagues, that kind of meetings. I use a calendar view on this table to directly create a page for MOM when I have a call. But there is a very important and awesome hack that I use in this database template, which I would like to show you. On this table, I created a template that generates some page format for my meetings. But one important block in this template generates for me is a synced block. Now, what is a synced block? It's a type of block that allows you to paste a set of blocks on multiple pages, but you have the ability to update them from any of the pages they appear. In other words, they are all synced across pages. So I thought, even though I would like to have MOMs as records in this table with their dates, what if I want to keep an important action item or something to keep in mind to act on later from these meetings in a place where I'm most likely to refer back to them often. For me, that place happens to be this section at the top of the dashboard itself, and I have a small toggle block to display the most important takeaways from the meetings at any given time. So let's take an example. Let's say I have a meeting today with person XYZ, and I created a page on today's date. I clicked on the template button to generate my MOM format, which also generates the synced block to capture what? Meeting action items. I go on using the page to update the minutes of meeting as I should. And finally, I will add some important action items if I have to from this meeting into this sync block. And that's it. I close my page and go about my day. I don't have to separately go to the dashboard top section again just to update my action items there. This is a section that I recently added because I moved into my own rented apartment and there is quite a lot of things to do to make or buy. So I thought I could just add a space to my dashboard to plan those activities. These are broadly divided into priority and category on whether I need to buy, arrange, or DIY each of them. I also applied the latest update by Notion to group and subgroup the items by priority and status. So this the grouping has been done by status and subgrouping has been done on the basis of priority. So this is a much neater way to look at the bigger picture without having to switch views back and forth. The next one is the other section. Other section is just for the miscellaneous stuff. For example, synced content is the page to sort the original synced contents belonging to the dashboard page, and the archive page is basically to archive anything from the dashboard page that I do no longer require to see frequently. And the next one is a Q&A notes, some random notes. Moving on, the video making section. So this section contains my mind map embedded from Miro for video ideas. And if I want to, I can navigate to the source, or I can just see the board right here within the Notion dashboard as well, like so. Lastly, below this page end, I have a template button, this one, which just creates a blank section. If I click on this, it just created a section below this. This contains just a heading with a highlighted background and a toggle button, blank toggle button to start with. Then a back to top link. And then finally, at the end of it, there will be a divider. A simple but amazing hack that I have used on this page is I created this emoji link to the top of the page. Since you can get the link to any block directly within a Notion page and create a hyperlink anywhere within the page, I created these little emoji hyperlinks and placed them at the end of each section. So this gives me an efficient way to move back to the top of the page without having to scroll all the way back up. So I'll just click on this and I will move directly to the page top. Yeah, so I'm on the top right now. And from the top of the page, I added a table of contents. So I can directly jump to any section from right here. So having these simple hacks makes it act a bit like a web page, and that's really amazing. So far, the dashboard has been working well for me, but I might have to think of breaking some of the things into separate dashboards because, as much as having most commonly used items in one place is helpful, too many items on the same page also can become overwhelming quickly. But that's for later. I hope that I was able to give you some ideas on how you can create your own dashboard on Notion for yourself if you need to. If you did, do comment and let me know how you used it for yourself, and I would love to know about it. So, this is Snigdha here. Bye for now.